So first things first, I want to start off this video by actually giving a huge apology for not uploading yesterday. I don't know if you could tell it, but I'm a little bit sick. Yesterday I was a lot sick. Fortunately today I am noticeably better. But either way, this video may be a bit shorter because it hurts to talk and all that. But what we're here today is to look at 5 cool mods for Fallout 4. I said over the weekend that I would be making this video because there's a few mods I would have included in Mods Weekly that I didn't have time to do. So now we are here showing you cool mods that you can download right now for Fallout 4, some on PC, some on Xbox One also. Start things off, we have the air pistol. This is going to be a pretty interesting new early level stealth weapon. The visuals of this weapon are really cool. It's actually reusing animations as well as sounds from vanilla Fallout 4. And as I did say, it's meant to be a early level silenced pistol. If you're doing a sneak character build, finding one of these on a dead enemy or buying it somewhere is going to be a great way to start off your game. You also notice as you do get to different levels and tiers of it, the tank color will actually change, implying that maybe you have a higher caliber air tank, storing a little bit more air pressure and being able to shoot projectiles, and this adds in a new projectile, a ball bearing, at a faster rate, aka doing more damage. It's a pretty cool gun. I'm using it on a late game character against high level enemies, so for that reason it's doing not much damage to them. It again is really focused around early characters because later on in the game you could get something like a deliverer or even a silenced weapon, but early on this is going to be one of your few options to get a suppressed weapon that does have an integrated suppressor, so there's no crafting of attachments. It's just you pick it up, find it, and it'll instantly be able to be used. There's also some cool animations by War Daddy that are, a little bit different if you're into that kind of thing. I'm going to have a link down below to that also. It's actually on his Discord, so you have to join his Discord to get them. Then we have the Sanctuary Homestead. This is another one that I'm probably not covering in the most ideal way as I'm using the winter overhaul in the background, but I figured this is the way I'm playing the game and a lot of you guys probably use similar mods. Either way, what this is going to do is basically make it so Sanctuary is a bit cleaner. As you know, as you play through Fallout 4, you're going to discover Codsworth has been at Sanctuary cleaning it for hundreds of years. Despite that, as you explore around the area, it doesn't look all that clean. What this mod is going to do is basically clean it up in a sense that makes sense, something that Codsworth could have achieved. The buildings are still deteriorated due to some of the environmental conditions that have occurred over the past couple hundred years, but a lot of the junk and crap you do find around the floors of these different locations will be gone now. It actually makes a really cool addition. That stuff you see on the floor actually in some of the houses that looks like paper is actually the tiling. It's just the winter overhaul makes it look a little bit weird, but I really like the addition here. A lot of that miscellaneous crap that you do find around is either positioned in a much nicer way or actually cleaned up altogether, and I feel like it makes a nice difference. Alright, so this one's a really cool mod. Next we do have Retro Fashion Overhaul. What this is going to do is add in a ton of new outfits into the game that are of a retro theme. Most of these are self-explanatory. The first one I will explain is the Steel Cuirass. It's going to be something that you probably saw in World War I. This whole thing has a World War I to World War II style behind it. But from there, there's actually going to be a ton of new stuff added in. Goggles, hats, trousers, which a lot of times are coming with their own vests or just button-down shirt with a tie, in case you're not going for that super formal look. But if you are going for that super formal look, you can just get proper suits also. And beyond that, there's actually things like coats where you have characters with an overcoat with a suit under it, and even some different workwear and jackets. There's a lot of different things here. I'm only showing you a small fraction of this mod. I don't know exactly how many new outfits it adds in, but it's a lot, probably over 40. All of them having similar styles. A lot of the different suits as well as button downs and things like that do have a bunch of color variations, so you can get the color you do want most, whether it be blue, brown, or black, because honestly that's all there really was at the time. Yeah, either way it's pretty cool. Whether you want it on your own character, maybe make a settlement out of all these, that would be interesting, but I really like it. It's high quality work and something that I think a lot of you guys will enjoy. Maybe suits aren't your thing and you're actually going for a more streetwear aesthetic. Well, for that we do have baseball caps by Ben Alpha. What this is going to do is add in a ton of baseball caps into the Commonwealth that basically have a different faction theme on them. It's a fairly simple and self-explanatory mod. It's going to go with a ton of outfits naturally, as well as I think make a lot of them look a bit better. Whether you want to do one of the factions you're a fan of, or even you can do some of the different drink types. There's Nuka-Cola, Vim, etc, etc. Either way, I really think this is going to be a cool addition to the game. It's a nice new accessory that will flesh out an area you may have overlooked. Hats aren't all that common in the Commonwealth, but this is definitely going to make them a little bit more abundant. And last but not least, we have the beta edition of the M Armory. I'm not going to try and pronounce that because I'm going to pronounce it wrong. Let's get in 3 new weapons into the game that are from the Halo series of games. First and foremost, as you can see in the background, there is the M6 Magnum as well as the SOCOM edition from the ODST series of games, or really just that one game and when ODSTs appeared in other games. But either way, we've already showed you this. This is something you could download on its standalone. So moving on to the new stuff, we then have the M45 Tactical Shotgun. This thing's pretty cool. The way you hold it is a little bit weird. It's like it's meant for a different field of view, but the gun itself itself looks really good, as well as has custom animations. It's fairly simple. You're going to have your standard attachments, a flashlight, different receiver options, but the scope for this thing is actually quite notable. It's going to be using a custom scope that kind of appears as a hologram out of the weapon, and it looks really good, as well as you could actually use dragon fire ammo, which is basically going to be incendiary ammo. I really like this. I think they did a really good job with implementing it into the game, even though it is only a beta. Then we do have the M319 grenade launcher, another one that's really iconic and a lot of you guys will probably remember. This one's fairly simple. There's nothing too crazy going on here. It does have that same scope option, as well as it's just a single action break action grenade launcher that you will have to reload after each and every shot, but that's okay because it is pretty powerful. And Fallout 4 has a severe lack of grenade launchers. This one isn't necessarily lore friendly, but it's definitely fun to use in the game nonetheless. That's pretty much gonna wrap it up for this video. As always, I thank you guys for watching. I do hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you all next time. Later.